With you here, we can't lose.
Halt! Parley, if you would be so kind as to have a word with us. No. We are merely a representative of the few untainted pride remaining. We are most honored by your intention to free our house. Thus our meeting here. We are in seclusion, so it's best to observe this situation without any unnecessary interference or risk to ourselves. I assure you, we will be more than happy to assist you in Alabastra. Simply carry forth and destroy Witch Knight Myrna, who has so commandeered our house, and her dreadful Prismere Chantry, of course. We are sure you'll have no problem finding her, or defeating her. We eagerly anticipate your success.
Well done, child of dust. You've killed the immortal defender and liberated a house full of arrogant backstabbers. I should thank you for exposing the disloyal amongst my kin. But then, I have so much to thank you for. Your bravado is nothing more than the mewling of an angry kitten. Each Tuatha you kill makes the rest of us stronger. Each one feeds Tirnoch. The goddess of mercy awakens. And with every step you take into my homeland, she comes that much closer to walking our world and purging your kind. So welcome to Alabastra. It shall be the death of you once more.
Let's go. How can there be so many?
We have seen our champion bested, our advantage lost, and our minds are cleared. Bravo to you, champion. House of Pride, in our ineffable wisdom, renounces the Tuatha and demands that you accept our immediate surrender. Your army is welcome here. We trust our benevolence will be well remembered should Gadflow be dethroned. We thank you kindly, and our mages have already been assisting your army in their march into Alabastra. We trust you do not object. Most excellently spoken. You have the commanding presence of a young Aegon, who once also bore the pleasure of our august company. Allow us to welcome you to Alabastra. We trust your visit will be eventful. How Gadflow came to command such respect is beyond even our wisest. He was little more than a jester at the Winter Court. But he said he found the voice of Tirnoch, and she led him to power. And it seems he was correct. Prince Sidon is a Fae of noble tradition. He would never raise a hand against the High. The Tuatha bred in our lands before we realized what change they truly represented. Certainly, as the Fae are above mortals, the House of Pride reigns above their fellow Fae, sharing our wisdom, our grace, and our vengeance is such a sloppy, boorish house. Marvelous fighters, of course. They all feel that the world has wronged them somehow. And perhaps it did. How else would they end up in such a hateful house? We've been gifted with so much. It's only proper that we are also immortal. Conversely, poor children of dust have so little, but are given bare... Myself? Why, this one is merely the lowest ranked of our house, and yet we have been... To us falls the honor of acting as liaison to your mortal army.
The House of Pride opened its gates and welcomed us as honorary champions. They say it's simple hospitality, but I suspect we have you to thank. Now is the difficult part. We can hold Cluricon, even push a little into Alabastra, but we don't have the forces to mount a siege on Gadflow. Once the House of Pride gives their word, they'll never break it. At least, not what it looks like we're winning. Our real problem is that we can't march the army through Alabastra. Not in formation, at least. This will call for smaller groups. Alabastra is a maze of valleys. Gadflow's remaining faithful would spot an army moving together, and the valleys would be the death of us. But where an army would fail, the 5 of us can triumph. If we split up, we can travel faster and catch them unaware. We will at the House of Vengeance, on Gadflow's doorstep. From there, we strike at Bale, the heart of his empire. I'm sure you know more about it than I do. After all, you were here last. That's where we'll find Gadflow, and where we'll put an end to this whole war more than you'd think. But I promise I'll explain it all to you. Maybe once Gadflow's dead. I'll see you in Alabastra.
Hope you've got better luck this time, eh?
Next, we move on to Alabastra. The Pale Country, once the peaceful home to the Winter Court. Now Gadflow squats in her heart like a rat in the flesh. My homeland will not suffer this indignity. Together, we must extract the Tuatha, even if it means the end of my people. Legend says it was where the first alliance between enemies was formed, and we Fae do so love to repel the icy heart of my people with bridges of woven stone and ice. It sickens me to think of what got death, pain, blood, and unpleasant answers.
I need to talk with you, but not here. I'll find you in Alabastra.
When you and I came to Alabastra, we were looking for the source of the Prismere's power. I never found it, but I think you did. The frosted gem at the center of Alabastra, full of Prismere. But now I've put together a few facts about your death, and I think I know something grave. I'll give them the slip and talk with you a little later.
We're not going to stop Gadflow by just standing here and chat. You should have seen Alabastra at its prime. Serene, and Bale was the seat of the Winter Court. Every bit as cold as Issa is. Lead the way. I'll meet you at the House of... I'll see you at the House of Vengeance.
Welcome to Alabastra, hero. I'm no proper nature
Praise Lyria! I thought you'd never arrive. Welcome to Camp Moondown. Are you with Captain Ancilla's company? The war is not what I expected. I missed the only action I've seen until now has been escorting healers and weaponsmiths. I'm no warrior. I'm an Alpha noble to even more self-absorbed than a knave of pride over there. Ancilla was ordered to bring his men to reinforce Moondown, but he hasn't come. It took more deaths than I wish to admit to secure the pass between Cluricon and Now that it belongs to the Alpha, we intend to hold it. Moondown is the best position in the valley, if his name is Corm. Added to our outfit in Melsenshire after our previous... I'll spare you the details. We need soldiers, not heroes. Without still, any help is something. Will you lend a hand? Our commander and his Ariad rushed ahead to Shadow Pass. Most of us left behind are dead, and the wounded might as well be. Each Tuatha attack is bigger, more brutal than the last. We need fresh sword arms. Thank you. Without you, we could not... No! That's a Tuatha now! Come! Goodbye. That should give you a taste of what we've been up against. Tuatha see this camp as sacrilege. Thank you for your help. The tales of your courage are true. Trav pushed through it, along with Camp Moondown, Once the Ariad surged ahead, Moondown was left vulnerable. That I don't know. Fate has thrown so much hardship our way. Tuatha took our healer. The weaponsmith ran off. The mercenaries deserted us when the gold ran out. They're camped on the land bridge to the south, but they're not going anywhere while the Tuatha hold Shadow Pass. If you rescue Colm, our injured could fight again, and we might stand a chance. Raiders seized him 2 nights ago. It was dark, but I'm certain I saw them head to Glass Pillar Caves. Somewhere in the depths of Glass Pillar Caves, a cavern to the east. Goodbye.
Hello, mortal. I am the Knave of Pride. Wait a moment. The hero of Melson Shear. Here to offer your services. You have impeccable timing. I have some Bulgans that need to be disposed of. I hear she has little experience, but I have better things to do than... I was sent to Camp Moondown to help assess the situation. There are greater things at stake. I'm just looking to move on by completing these. They're everywhere. Big red faces. The stuff of nightmares. The Bulgan masters use them as foot soldiers when they can. They compel the Bulgan to fight. If you're... It shouldn't be too difficult for the hero of Melson Shear. Well, get to work then, hero. And come see me once you've thwarted the threat. Not sure, but they're about. Always seem to turn up whenever we're dead. It's a lovely arrangement. Goodbye.
Hey, you're the hero of Melson Shear. I've heard all about you. Private Eyeless Ilva at your service. Don't have much for supplies, but you're welcome to them. She lacks faith in herself, but she's not Captain Canwen. She'll survive this. I like where I am and what I do, and made the mistake of changing things once. But one can all. We've survived 2 night raids, but we lost our healer, and I'm skilled with a bow, but not enough to defeat an entire band.
With horrors, screams, and ghostly face, we leave blood in a graven place. The forest black and nighttime sky, the blood that pours forth from your eye. A feast for maggots, craven all, that eat the dying when they fall. Instead of vibrant fighting flesh that fights the barghest and the thresh, that knows the plight of Seelie Fae, you who walked the Niralim's way, and reckon fates of mortal dust, and keep an oath or break a trust. We hunger for your corpse once more, to hear your cries and anguished roar. Get out of here! It's a trap! Gods, the hero of Melsenshir. I'm so sorry to have led you into that trap. I had no choice. They threatened to torture me. Forgive me. I've been wounded. Don't have the strength to care for myself. If I'm going to get back to camp, I'll need a powerful healing potion. Do you happen to have one on you? That feels better. It will be a while before the full effects take hold, but the potion did its work. If you escort me to the exit, I'll meet you back at Camp Moondown. Move fast. I'm proof of what happens to those traveling alone. Goodbye. Good thing Thanks again. I'll meet you at She's more honorable than most. No offense, of course. I was captured by the Tuatha and camp was all bad as it was when I got there. It's worse now. Goodbye. Good thing I had you as an Thanks again. I'll meet you at Camp Moondown. Goodbye. Thanks for all your help.
I have my reasons for fighting. Let's just say that the victors in this war will rule from an unassailable seat. The Dogolfar are ready to rule these lands, and if no one's paying attention, they'll seize it. Goodbye.
I liked fighting for Captain Canwin. She's one of the good ones. Yeah? Hey! Damn, Alpha. They shouldn't expect us to fight for them if they can't pay.
And he named it Prismere. It grows far big.
Agarth wanted me to keep an eye on Lady Sher, but you and I need to have a talk first. I've been reviewing my notes of our last trip to Alabastra, and I've come to some startling conclusions about your death and Tyrnok. I don't know exactly, but it must have been a tremendously powerful source of magic. So powerful that the Well of Souls couldn't help but pick up on it. You were attuned to the well in my lab, but Hugh's well captured your essence. The power in Bale seems to have been the missing element. What's more, I think that power is the source of the Prismere crystals. Something intelligent and malignant. The creature the Tuatha called Tyrnok. Something incredibly powerful. I don't know if we even have a name for what she is, because no one's lived to name it. She's not a god. She's something much, much worse. And judging by the growth of this Prismere, she's very close to coming into our world for good. Whatever Gadflow's been doing, it's all in order to bring her here. So you've got to stop him before it's too late. With tremendous difficulty. Even so, there weren't as many Tuatha here, and we used magic to keep us hidden. Magic which you provided, in fact. You never did explain where you got those fascinating little artifacts.
Ventrinio insists on coming with me. Just as well. Someone should keep an eye on him. No telling where his true loyalties lie, or what he might do. I was going to sneak there by myself, but Ventrinio insists on following me. Don't worry, I'll make sure he's safe. Very noble, but we need to stay separate in order to avoid... I'll see you soon enough. I'll see you in Alabastra.
By Lyria, it was you who stood against Baelor when Telera fell. Fortune favors me today. I am commander of the Ariad. Do you bring word of my reinforcements? The ash covering the ground ahead is all that remains of my men. All fallen in our assault on that pass. The Tuatha have built a gauntlet of spell-casting sentries who greeted our every advance with fire. Who says I am? Who says you are? This is Shadow Pass, youngling. Maybe we're all dead but don't know it yet. But I swear, whether I am dead or not, my spear will taste the blood of those arrogant bastards high on the rock. I will make them pay the butcher's bill for what they've done. It's just, these Tuatha wage war like none I've known. Magical fires burning my men to a cinder with a word. But if you're brave enough to challenge them, we may have a chance. They're using the terrain against us, flanking the paths from above with sorcerers. If you can neutralize these sentries, I will charge the approach myself. Together we might be able to break their lines. The pass ahead. See if you can find a path to his position and attack him. Until later, then.
There you got myself a little tied up. And is it a trick of the eye, or are these crystals? Just got myself tied up and honestly, I haven't had this. Not on your. But I will take just a moment to keep going. I'll meet you at vengeance. God of me.
The skulls atop high fulgen shine, and coldly gleam in a precise line. For us who chew on hollowed bones, while alive we wail vapid moans. It's delight for us to feed, to feast, we the winter of the East. We the corpses in putrid bloom, we of decay and twilight gloom. Will never halt our hungered wait, till spilled blood is on our plate. So come into our lands at night, and see an endless wintry sight.
Another more supplies.
Excellent. It looks like you have already defeated 2 of the sorcerers. The main Tuatha encampment lies ahead. Take cover with me there, and we'll discuss the final assault. The Tuatha are consumed by madness and deserve only death. We shall give it to them. The main Tuatha encampment lies ahead. Take cover with me there, and we'll discuss the... We are called the eyes and ears of the Alfar, but we are the sword in the dark. My men trained for years to be unleashed upon the two. I swear, before I too have fallen, winter, even after the Balor was unleashed, I believed in and so she did. When the Ariad chose me, we trained for years, even if it means my last breath. I was a scout under Talera's command when Balor was first For what you have done, friend, you'll never have to buy until later then.
Hello.
Thanks for all your help. Goodbye.
Colm is back? Great news! A healer will patch our wounds, but we'll need our weaponsmith too. I don't suppose you'd agree to help us again. Anella is a curious sort, impetuous, full of wild ideas, better suited to the Scholia Arcana than the army. She talked a lot about the Whispering Caves, so that's a good place to start. In the middle of all this, the fool goes on an expedition in Whispering. It's refreshing to find a person. I heard he was promoted once, but then found a way to get... Anyhow, Ilva's a good man, and merchant too. Feel free to... His name is Colm. I'll spare you the detail. Anella Saf is one of ours, though she doesn't act like it. Goodbye.
Hello.
Die justly!
Amalur.